Hey JD Rockers, welcome back to JD Rocks Fishing. Well, one of the most asked questions I get from a lot of people that I run into, just in restaurants and stores and stuff, or even in the comment section, people ask me, how did I get into YouTube and how has it changed my life? Or how did I get to be a captain? How did I do this? How did I do that? So in this video, we're just gonna go through the whole story, y'all. I'm gonna tell you basically the whole story, how I got into YouTube and how it led to me being a charter boat captain, and how it's basically given me the life that I have today. Jetty Rockers, if you could go ahead and go over to jettyrocks.com. You can check out some of these cool hats that we have over there. We also have some tackle available, and we will have more available soon. And also, guys, if you want to book a charter with me, you can book a charter there, because I am now running charters. So all my information is on that website, so go check it out, y'all. And you can be in your own very own Jetty Rocks fishing video. I hope to see you guys soon out on the water with me. Let's get back to the video. Basically, this all started back before 2017. 2017, November of 2017 was when I published my very first video. But my journey began probably a couple years before. I started watching a lot of YouTube videos back in 2015, 2016, and I started watching a lot of fishing YouTube videos. One of my favorite ones to watch was Salty Kayak. Unfortunately, his channel's not around anymore, but I do actually talk to him on occasion via Facebook, and he's still doing very well for those of you who follow his channel and found my channel through his channel. He's still doing very well. He's just not fishing that much anymore. He sold his boat. But I was watching that channel and a couple other channels. I was watching Angler Up with Brant and a whole bunch of other ones. And I was just watching them and just, kind of intrigued how these people were making these videos, and they were gaining popularity. I was just very intrigued by it, because before that, the only time you ever saw fishing was on TV, these TV fishing shows, and I was like, I'll never have a TV fishing show, or most anybody will never have a TV fishing show. But then YouTube changed that game, and people, just ordinary people, started having fishing shows. So I was watching a lot of them, and that's kind of how I got started back in 2015, 2016. And during this time, I'll be honest with you, my life was struggling. We were struggling pretty hard. Me and Amber, we weren't married yet, but we were together. But we were struggling pretty hard. We lived in a little small house in Holly Hill, Florida. And basically it was my stepmother's house. And I rented it from her. Had a nice little piece of property, which was awesome. At one point we raised pigs, we raised chickens. It was just a cool experience living in that house. But we were struggling. We were very much struggling. I was working at Boston Whaler. My hourly wage was pretty good. I was making over $20 an hour, but still, with the way it is when you work for a company like that, they take a lot out for benefits and all that stuff. Basically, you're making $20 an hour, but when you boil it down at the end of the day, you're still only bringing home $700 to $800 a week, maybe $1,000 if you're lucky, if you worked a lot of overtime. So I was struggling. Amber was just starting out as a hairdresser, and it was tough. It really was tough. We were struggling, but we were happy, and we were, making it work. So I was at Whaler one day, and Sean Davis started working there, an employee at Whaler, and him and I were pretty good, started to become pretty good friends when we were working there. And everybody would always ask me questions. Every time I go into work, people ask me questions about different species of fish, different things, stuff like that, because I've always fished. I've been an avid fisherman my entire life. I've been a commercial fisherman. I did tournaments for a while. So I've pretty much done a lot of different things in the fishing community, in the fishing industry. But I wasn't a professional fisherman at the time. I wasn't a charter boat captain. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I just went out on the weekends when I had the time off and went and caught and fished and did what I could. But people always ask me questions. So one day Sean was just like, well, why don't you start a YouTube channel and put some of your knowledge out there? I bet you people would watch it. So that kind of got me thinking, started thinking about it. And I talked it over with Amber. I was like, we just, make a couple of videos, and that way something for the kids to watch. No big aspirations whatsoever. Just basically just make some videos, maybe help out a couple people. And 10, 15, 20 years down the line, we can look back and watch our kids grow up, watch us grow. The kids could watch us, if we're older and maybe not here, you just never know. The kids have something to look back and watch. So I thought it'd be a good idea. So we purchased one single GoPro. And in November 2017, I made my first video. And as the end of 2017 progressed, I made a few videos in 2017. And I was enjoying it. I really enjoyed. I learned and taught myself how to edit. I do all my own editing. I learned and taught myself how to do that, and I absolutely enjoyed it. I absolutely loved editing. I thought it was just one of the coolest things, and it was just an artistic way to kind of get my personality out there. It was just cool. I just really, really enjoyed it. So I just kept making videos, and I just made the decision that anytime I went fishing, I was just going to make a video. No matter how good I did, how bad I did, whatever, I was just going to make a video that day and put it out there for us, basically for us to watch. Oh man, that day sucked. I remember that day. We didn't catch nothing. Just something for us, kind of like a way we can look back to our fishing adventures and just talk about it and just whatever, just talk about it with the kids. We even do that now. We look back some of the old videos. We see Summer when she was really little, see Cheyenne when she was really little, and it's just an awesome thing to be able to go back and look at that. So that was kind of the idea of it. And as it grew and grew, I never thought it would become what it has become. Never in a million years. That was never my mindset. That was never my idea. I just was dumbfounded when I got monetized. And at first, when I first started YouTube, I didn't really know what monetized was. That was not nothing I thought about. Didn't think I was going to make money from YouTube. So as 2017 came and went, and it was into 2018, I started making videos on a regular basis, started putting out, videos on a regular basis, basically just on the weekends or whenever I had time off, I'd go fishing. Because basically if I had any days off, I was fishing. That's the way I've always been. No matter what job I had, no matter where I was in my life, if I had time off, I was fishing somewhere. So just started making videos. I started, watching them. I liked the videos I was making. I was like, this is cool. I'm learning new tricks to, to edit. I was still watching a bunch of YouTube fishing videos. And then I kind of got I think it was mid 2018, I started getting to the point where I was like, what, maybe I want to do this as a living. Maybe I can do this as a living. Maybe, I can be a YouTuber, like everybody's talking about. Maybe it's possible. So I kind of started down that path a little bit, and my goal was to try to make enough money on YouTube to pay my truck payment. That's all I wanted, just to pay my truck payment, and I'd be happy. And my truck payment wasn't that much, actually. It was fairly low, but that was pretty much it. So 2018 went, I met some people, met some friends, started talking, and people telling me, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. Just learning a lot from people, paying attention to what people said. And at the same time, I'm working at Boston Whaler, and Amber and I, we're still, happy, but we're still struggling a little bit. But we were making it, we were doing it. So as it progressed, I started, experimenting with partnerships and sponsorships and trying to do the Amazon affiliate programs, doing all that kind of stuff to try to see if I can make extra money, while I was doing YouTube, because a lot of things you watch on YouTube, how to make money on YouTube, that's one of the things they would tell you is to do sponsorships, and that's how you supplement your income on YouTube, because YouTube does not pay a whole lot. It really doesn't. And people that are trying to get into YouTube, you need to know that you get paid by your ads on the videos, and it isn't really a whole lot. It's really not that much. You get paid for views, not how many subscribers you have, not how many likes you get. All that stuff helps in the algorithm, but that's not what generates your income. It's how many views you get on a video, and accumulated through all your videos for a whole channel. That's how you get paid. And honest, it's not a lot. So if you're thinking about becoming a YouTuber and you want to do that as a living, take that into consideration. You get into YouTube, you're gonna if that's what you want to be as a YouTuber, you're gonna have to find other avenues to make money as well, not just your videos. That's being a YouTuber. So I was, gung-ho. That's what I was gonna do. I wanted to grow my channel as much as I could, and just da. And so the years progressed, and we went through, 2019 came and went up to 2020. And 2020, I was making, decent money. I was making really close to amount of money, not exactly, but really close to the amount of money I was making per week, bring home per week at Boston Whaler. So kind of gave me the idea, well, why don't we, quit my job and I go full time and be a YouTuber. That was my plan. That's what I wanted to do. I was going to do this. I was going to be a YouTuber. I started getting sponsorships. I started getting partners, all that stuff. Everything was going pretty good. I even got a Patreon page, which we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But I got a Patreon page. I started doing all this stuff that I was watching people do that would help them be successful and make money as a YouTuber. So I was doing all that stuff. So 2020, COVID, all that stuff came and went, and people in the comment sections, started giving me the idea of being a charter captain. If you chartered, I'd come out with you, all this cool stuff. So that ball started rolling in my head. We left Holly Hill. We bought this house here in Port Orange. We moved into this house. Still, I was working at Whaler. We were still struggling, still kind of, trying to make ends meet all the time every month, but we were doing good. We were doing fine. We were all right. We were doing okay. So I decided to quit my job, that we're going to go ahead and do this. And Amber was 100% behind me. She pushed me. She was like, yeah, we can do it, So I quit my job at the end of 2020. That was it. I quit I was with Boston Whaler for 22 years, all total. And it was a big decision, I missed some of the guys that I worked with. I missed them a lot, actually. I had a great crew that I worked with. I didn't like the whole thing about working at Whaler, the way the management was and all that stuff, all the politics and junk like that. But the crew that I worked with, I absolutely loved. They were just awesome people. I still talk to some of them today. Some of them I don't, but some of them I still talk to this day. And I cherish their friendship, and it was just a cool thing. So I definitely don't regret working at Whaler. Whaler brought me a lot of places in life, and Whaler was a great company to work for. And if it wasn't for Whaler, I wouldn't be here. If I was at a different job, I probably wouldn't be in this position right now. I probably wouldn't be on YouTube. I probably wouldn't be a charter captain. You just never know. You never know what road is going to take you where, or if you went a different route, where it would have taken you would have been better, worse. You just don't know. But so I quit. Everything was going good, and then reality hit. So now I've quit my job, guaranteed money every month, insurance, all that other good stuff. And so now I'm like, okay, now I got to go out and I got to go out and make videos. I got to go out and make videos. I got to get a Patreon. I got to do all this stuff, getting sponsorships, getting partnerships, all this stuff that I could absolutely do to make enough money so I could pay the bills. But I found out real quick, that is not very easy. That's not easy at all. And reality hit, things started getting a little tight, things started getting a little tough. I still wanted to go to captain school, still had that in the works, still had that plan, but I was struggling. And luckily, one of the guys I worked with at Boston Whaler, my buddy Aiden, he had contacted me. He had quit Whaler as well, and he started working for a pool company, and they needed someone to run a chop gun to help build these pools. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So I went. I think I was just doing YouTube for maybe 6-7 months when reality started hitting me. So then I went back and started doing fiberglass, which is what I've known my whole life. That's what I do. I'm a fiberglass guy. So I went to work for this pool company, and everything was cool. I was making good money again. I was, felt a little better, a little bit more at ease. I was having issues with some sponsorships. I was having issues with some of the partnerships and everything. And just being a YouTuber was not working out for me. It just wasn't. That mindset, that path was not for me. It just wasn't. I didn't like it. I felt like I was fake. Didn't feel like I was being myself anymore. And I was just doing the videos for YouTube, for the sponsorships, for the partnerships, for the views, for the subscribers, for the amount of subscribers. And it just took on a form that I wasn't happy with, that I didn't want. So I'm working at the pool place, and then, a few months after I started the pool place, my father passed away. And y'all been watching my channel, that hit me pretty hard. That hit me. That was bad for me. Because my dad and I were real close. We were really good friends, not just him being my father. We were just really close. And that was just a very tough thing for me. So soon after my father passed away, I started reevaluating my life, started reevaluating things and things I wanted to do. So I went back to the decision that I made earlier on to go to captain school. So you know what? I'm gonna go to captain school. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Get that done and see where that takes me. So I went to captain school. I got my captain's license. I became a charter boat captain. And in that time frame, I quit the pool place because I just wasn't liking the hours. It wasn't consistent enough for me, because some days we'd go into work and they'd send us home because they didn't have no materials or they didn't have certain stuff. It was just not what I wanted. And at this point, at this time, like I said, I've already made the decisions. I wasn't going to do no more sponsorships, none of that stuff. So I got all that stuff out of my system, out of my life, got it done. But at the same time this was happening, for whatever reason, my subscriber count started going through the roof. My views started going through the roof. I don't know if that had anything to do with I completely just stopped pushing products in my videos. I don't know. I'm going to say, yeah, it was. I don't know what the change was, but things completely changed. Things started going in a different direction, which was kind of funny. It was all started going in this positive direction. About the time I pretty much was just like, I'm just not going to, I don't care about YouTube. Screw YouTube, screw being a YouTuber. I don't want to do it, but I still like making videos. I still liked that process of going out, filming the videos, filming the fishing day, coming and editing it, because I absolutely love editing. I probably enjoy editing just as much as I enjoy catching fish and going fishing. I absolutely enjoy editing. It's a passion of mine. I love it. And so it was just kind of weird that was just happening that way. It seemed like the less interest I showed in YouTube, or the less I tried, the better it was going. So I was like, okay, this is kind of weird, but all right, we'll go with it. God works in mysterious ways. It really does. I was going to quit this pool job, and YouTube started, being a little better for me. I was like, okay, I'll take what I can get or whatever. So again, Amber and I talked like, okay, so decided to quit the pool place. So I quit the pool place. YouTube was doing pretty good. I went to captain school. I started doing the charters. And my life completely changed. Starting to run charters was probably the single greatest decision I have made personally, financially, that I could have made. It just completely 100% changed my life. And that is all because of my subscribers and all you guys, because you guys are the ones that put the idea in my head. You're the ones that kind of pushed me to do it. And I'm glad I listened to y'all, because it has changed my life completely for the better. I wish I'd have done this 10 years ago. I really do, because I just never thought that I would get the enjoyment out of it that I do. And it's just been a great thing. And I appreciate you guys very much for being a part of that. And you guys were a big part of that decision. So thank you. So now I've been doing the charters for a little while. Started the charter business and started making videos of my charters. You know, thought that would be an added bonus for my clients. They can see a video of their trip and enjoy it. I don't film everyone. I don't. But most of them I do, especially if the client wants a video, we're going to do a video. And like I said before, what the day of fishing is what it is. And that's when I came to the decision. What made me come to the decision that I was not a YouTuber and I was not going to pursue that anymore, I went out with cameraman Ron. And I watched some cameraman Ron's videos and I watched his podcast. And he had said something in one of his podcasts that really hit home to me. It just really did. And I am not knocking anybody. Do not take this as I'm knocking anybody. I'm not knocking cameraman Ron. I'm not knocking any YouTuber whatsoever. What I'm about to say, that's not a knock. But in his podcast, he said that, you know, as YouTubers, we portray a character. And that kind of hit home with me. And then I was, you know, heard what he said and I watched his videos and I was kind of like, well, I don't know. I don't know about that. And then I had him on the boat and we went fishing and we had a good time. We had a great time. I enjoyed fishing with Ron. Ron is a great dude. I hope I get to fish with him again. I just enjoyed fishing with him, even though we had some little mishaps on it. But if you have watched that video, you know, I kind of drowned him a little bit. Took a big wave over the bow and it was a little mess. We got everything wet, but we laughed about it. We had fun. It was a good time. But as I was watching Ron, he does portray a character. And I kind of get what he was doing. I kind of get it. And I kind of got what he was saying. But later that night, when I got home, I started thinking about it. It's like, I'm not a character. That's not the route I want to be. What you see in my videos is me. That's how I am. That's exactly how I am. I don't portray to be anything that I'm not. I don't try to do anything just to get views. I'm just not that way. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it whatsoever. If it works for you, do it. If that's what works for you, do it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no right and wrong in this whatsoever. Just not for me. So that's when I got the idea and the decision and I made that video. I'm not a YouTuber. And I'm not. I am not a YouTuber. I do not consider myself a YouTuber. I'm a fisherman who makes fishing videos and I upload them to a platform, which is YouTube. And that is how I do it. That's how I want it to stay and that's how it's going to go forward on this channel. And for the most part, I think it works really well. You know, and then in that, I had already stopped partnerships. I had already stopped, you know, sponsorships. And recently I deleted my Patreon page. I don't want money from anybody. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to donate money to me. I don't do giveaways. I've never done that on this channel. I've never asked for money. I've never done any of that stuff. I'm just not going to do that. That is not for me. Not saying there's anything wrong with it. YouTubers that do it, that's works for them. Awesome. That is for them. I'm a different person and there's other people like me, I'm sure. But that's just where I'm at. And I'm not saying I'm right, they're wrong. I'm not saying that at all. Not one bit. Different strokes for different folks. Different things work better for different people. Different people in different situations, you know, have different outcomes. That's all I'm saying. I'm not downing nobody. So please don't say, hey, he's down. No, not at all. I have a lot of friends that are totally pushing the whole YouTube game, and I'm back them 100%. I'm with them. I help them as much as I can. That's for them. That's the route they're taking. It works for them. It's just not for me. I don't want sponsorships. I get, this is no joke, y'all. I mean, I get hundreds and hundreds of emails a week asking for, you know, to be a sponsor or to partner with somebody, da 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 da. I'm not interested. If anybody's seen this video, I'm not interested. Please stop sending me that stuff. It is constant, which is, I take it as a compliment. It means I'm doing something right. So I take that as a compliment. I'm not down on that at all. I think that's pretty cool. I do, when I see an email or someone asking that, I take that as a compliment. But that's just not the route I'm going. How I view this now and how it's going to be going forward, which I've already told you guys, you've heard me say it before. I'm just going to make videos of the day. Whatever the day is what it is. I don't go out there just try to make a video of just big fish to make myself look like a big shot. I just don't do that. Whatever I catch, I catch. I catch big fish. I catch a lot of small fish. I catch some big trophy fish. I catch some junk fish. I catch it all. All fish are great. I don't care if it's the smallest little ladyfish or jack to the biggest redfish, king mackerel, shark. All fish are great. Anytime you go out there and you can have a good time, that's all that matters. That is it. If you go out there and you catch 20 jacks and you don't catch no redfish, you still had a good day. That was still a good day. You still caught 20 fish. You still had a good time. Don't judge it the fact you didn't catch a redfish. Who cares? You had fun. That's all that matters. That really is it. And that's the message I want to bring forth to people in my videos. That's what I want. It doesn't always have to be about the fantastic ooh ah ah fish. It just doesn't. If that's all it is for people, missing a lot when it comes to fishing. Missing a lot. Some of my funnest days and greatest days have been just catching mangrove snapper. Which you all know, that's my favorite fish. That is my favorite fish to catch, my favorite fish to eat. I just love mangrove snapper. So I do a lot of mangrove snapper trips because that's what I like, and people seem to enjoy it when I take a mangrove snapper fishing. So there's a lot of mangrove snapper videos, and people seem to like the videos, but there's always going to be those ones that don't. But that's cool. But basically, that's where we're at now as of the end of, pretty much here, the end of 2023. And that's how we're going to keep going. I hope you guys like it. And I thank you guys so much for the journey so far. It has been an absolute honor and a blessing to be able to do this and interact with each and every one of y'all. And for y'all to interact with me back, it's just awesome. I wouldn't change anything. The way that it all came to be to this point, I wouldn't change anything. I absolutely enjoy the fact that I get to do this now and get to be, you know, part of this with y'all and make videos for y'all, and y'all interact. Some of you like them, some of you don't like them. It is what it is. I take it all with a grain of salt. And like I had one guy saying that he hated certain kinds of videos, and I was like, okay, you don't like those videos, but I can show you 300 people that did like that video. But then there's going to be that time that you liked this video, and there's going to be 300 people that didn't like the video. Every video that I make isn't for everyone. That's with anything. You can't please everybody, and it's not for everybody. If you like the video, awesome, thank you so much. If you didn't like the video, hey, maybe you'll like the next one. Thank you much for watching. That's how I look at it. So I thank you guys very much for listening to this whole big long rant, or not really rant, just a story. This big whole long discussion, a story. I've been getting a lot of people asking me how I got started, how I got to where I'm at. You know, how did this happen? How did I become a charter captain? How did I get into YouTube? So hopefully for those of you who've asked those questions, this will answer some of those questions, and it just gets, you know, it all out there. So you guys get to know me a little better. You get to see exactly where I'm at, where I'm going, where my mindset is. That kind of brings us closer together, I think, as a community. That you can actually see who I am. I'm not just some person you see on YouTube. I'm actually a real person. I'm actually a real, tangible person. A lot of times I think people forget that, especially when they have some comments that they say. And I will say something about those comments. Don't be surprised if here in the future you see that I haven't made that decision yet. I have not made it yet. I'm on the fence with it, but I haven't made it yet. I have been seriously thinking about turning off comments altogether on my channel. I don't want to, because I really like interacting with everybody and reading comments, positive comments. But there's just been so much negative. I don't even know what to say. I made a video about it the other day, or a little while ago, about how people are in the comment section. And if you want to know where the world is, where we are as a people, just read comments. Yeah, it's getting to be to the point where I don't even like looking at my comment section. I don't even want to turn on the comment section to see what people said, because I know I'll be reading a bunch of really good ones, and there's going to be that one that just completely ruins my day. And it's like, wow, you actually said that to me, or you said that about my kid, or you said that about my wife. Wow. So I'm on the fence with that. I have not made that decision yet. But if I do make that decision, I'll let you all know, and you'll see the comments are turned off. But hopefully I'll just keep going the way I'm going, and just hopefully it'll just fix itself. I don't know. But that's just where I'm at, y'all. But I love y'all's comments for the most part. I mean, there's a lot of comments. I look for it every day. Even sometimes the video will come out and say, okay, what did Tony say today? What did Ray say today? What did, Ken say today? What did Haley say today? What did a bunch, just so much stuff. I look forward to some of those comments. So that probably will keep me going, because I really do look forward to y'all's comments, especially the ones that comment on every video. It's those random, once in a while, not once in a while, it's every video, but those random people that just say some of the most rudest things that you could ever possibly imagine. That just really just like blow your head up a little bit. So enough about that. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I appreciate it very much, y'all. Hopefully it gives you a little mindset of where I'm at. Hopefully, if you're thinking about doing a YouTube channel, this will kind of give you an idea what some YouTubers think, or people that are on YouTube think. Because I say it, but I'm really not a YouTuber, because I don't do all that stuff. I don't care about the affiliate programs. That's why you don't see no links in my channel descriptions. There's no links to any products except for Bottom Sweeper jigs and David Dunleavy shirts. I do have those. I will keep those, because they're more than just partners they're friends. They've helped me out. I've helped them out. It's those two will be a staple in this channel. So I wear David shirts all the time. I use Bottom Sweeper jigs all the time. You see me wearing Bottom Sweeper shirts all the time, because they're a big part of this channel, and it's different. It's just a different thing. It's not like they're paying me money. They don't give me no money. They just help me out with shirts. They send me shirts every once in a while, send me some jigs every once in a while, and that's a cool relationship. And I want to keep those two. I've had them for a long time, and those two I'll keep. The rest of them, not interested in it. I don't want it. I don't want any of that stuff. So that's where we're at. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much. Till we see y'all again. Tie lines, Jetty Rockers. See you guys on the next one.